was the jewel that had been thrown in. Taking that back. An old and worn leather book. Old diary. What do they have, zebra feet there? They got, pig feet. 16th of November. Marguerite's situation is quite strange. She hides herself in the blankets and starts at every sound. I can't even go into the room. Dr. Wagner seems to know something, but as usual tells me nothing. We were relieved when her condition seemed to improve a few days ago. Now it seems to have been a lie. It's 21st of November, Schneien. I braved the snow to come to the hospital and happened upon Dr. Wagner. She had cancelled her plans because of the weather. Marguerite still hides behind a firmly shut door, and the occasional teary sniffle makes its way out. What on earth is wrong? She's been like this before, but would break out into a smile whenever she saw me. 30th of November, Schneien. The heavy snow has halted traffic, and the doctor is worried that his studies will be forced to terminate if more supplies do not arrive soon. What kind of research is it that causes him to always have to cover large distances to source material, instead of obtaining it from nearby towns? I'm happy to help if it helps Marguerite's situation. Despite saying this, the doctor still refuses to let me into the cellar. Weak-looking patients continuously emerge from the door. Perhaps it's better if I stay away. Is this German? Well, it's about Faust, so... Or Des Schneien. I hurried to leave the hospital while traffic was still moving. Although Marguerite's condition is very concerning, the situation isn't improved if I continue to stay there. It's been like this from the start. She could always see things we couldn't, or talk in languages we couldn't understand or answer. Mr. Valentin believes she's intentionally causing trouble. I wish they would understand, otherwise Marguerite will never get better. If Des Schneien. No one at home expects Marguerite to come home anymore. Or perhaps the hospital is her home now. And the doctor who's been a constant presence since her childhood is her mother. Ah, the memories are barely there. When I was as lost as a stray cat, she was the one who smiled and extended a hand. She is the reason why I exist today. I will definitely go back and visit, with flowers. I'm willing to do anything for a glimpse of her smile again. D.B. Ziebel. Ziebel loves Marguerite and she's at a doctor. Data room. It is locked. Do you think Ziebel's my dad? No, my dad died. Before my hand couldn't reach it. An old phonograph. Now fuck, play it again. No, the music! Shit. I've acquired an axe. Everybody look out, I am a small child with an axe and an RPG Maker horror game. I'm about to kill a bitch. Not a terribly sharp hand axe, it could just barely chop through wooden boards. Well, I can get into the floor like that. Oh, hey, puss. It's been a minute, buddy. How you been? Gonna hang out until, Mephisto shows up? Chop through the boards, you know it. Let's go. I get it with a hand axe? Yep. Down I go. I'm in the library. Only one way goes down. Time to read. Book of Corinthians, Key of Solomon, the Odyssey, Metaphysics, the Path of Philosophy, the Guide for the Perplexed, Praise of Folly, the Education of a Christian Prince, Factatus Mysterium Philosophicus. Matches on a library, of course. The Interpretations of Dreams. Dreams are interrupted by the presence of reason. If one remembers it is actually a long weekend when dreaming of hastily getting up and going to work, then we may realize that this is just a dream and wake up. Even nightmares will appear as real as the physical world as long as the conscious mind does not notice the irregularities of a dream. One may wake up from a dream if one observes the illogical aspects of their surroundings. Well, it ain't working for me. I'm dealing with pigs. Pseudomonarchia demonum. Asclepius, Goetia, the Lesser Key of Solomon. Demon books. Whoa, okay, that is pushable. Alright, that's gonna be a puzzle. Oh man, I can't check those ones. Golem. According to Jewish legend, God collected dust in the first hour, conceived of Adam in the second hour, formed Adam as vague shapes in the third hour, knitted his body together in the fourth hour, and bestowed him features in the fifth hour. Imparted Adam a soul in the sixth hour, and Adam stood on his own feet in the seventh. Some theologians believe that Adam was a type of golem, an empty shell, before God infused his body with a soul. Does that imply that you can make life? Book of Healing, the 4 books of sentences, Ars Poetica. Christomati Arab. Zoroastri. Muqaddimah of Ibn Khaldun. The 7 Sermons to the Dead, Memories, Dreams, Reflections, the Iliad. Dreams of a Spirit Seer, Demons, Sphinx. The Journey of Niels Kim to the World Underground. The Art of Palmistry, From the Earth to the Moon. Volumen Paramirum, Paragranum, Opus Paramirum. The Murders of the Rue in the Rue Morgue, The Telltale Heart, The Fall of the House of Usher. The Mask of the Red Death, The Imp of the Perverse, The Raven. Something shiny was on top of the bookcase. Head out now, see ya. Thanks for hanging out, one, though. Have a good evening. I'm gonna keep solving this game. It is taking me longer because I'm dumb. Although a bit tall, she could just barely reach it if she stepped here and... Oh dear, this is rather dangerous. The shadow suddenly flowed down. Ah, fuck, it's Mephisto. Locks the color of Black Widow's spider swept across Elizabeth's face. The demon smiled beneath its eyelashes in stark contrast to Elizabeth's wide stare. The black cat emitted a high-pitched screech and jumped away, snagging the dress in the process. Ah, darn it, not again. There was no way of knowing where to find it again. What? Who are you looking for? That fellow? I think you should refrain from spending time with that. It follows one around for no reason, is quite serious and a bit fussy to boot. It threw a fit over the smallest thing. Best to stay away from it if you don't want needless drama. The demon cocked its head and nattered away incessantly. But it's the only thing here that helps me, Elizabeth mumbled. Eh? What is that you say? No one here will help you. But I can help you if you want. You only have to ask. You want this, right? The shiny thing was revealed to be a key when the demon plucked it. Here you go. The key was brought next to Elizabeth's face with surprising straightforwardness. The sudden gesture of kindness actually made her feel uneasy. I can get it myself, Elizabeth said as she withdrew her hand, to which the demon raised an eyebrow. Those purple lips smirked, and it didn't move back to give Elizabeth any space. All right, then get it yourself. The key flew back up top. And it put it further away. Damn you, Mephisto! Oh wait, you already are. Ha! Those Edgar Allan Poe stories, they were. Finished watching episode 1 and season 2 is looking good. Thus far, can't wait for more to come. Hell yeah. I'm glad it's good. Well, we gotta figure out to get on top. You must understand, from 1 make 10. 2 will go on its way with 3 close behind. You will be prosperous. Abandoned 4 from 5 and 6, so says the witch. Match 7 and 8, that's how it's done. 9 is 1, but 10 is none. That is the witch's sums. 15, 15, 15. 1 make 10. Glad they did a weekly release. Yeah! I'm a proponent of weekly releases. One make 10. Two go away. 3 close. And prosper. Abandon 4. From 5 and 6. Match 8. 9 is 1. 10 is none. Which is some, so we're going to need that for when we do the wood puzzle finally. Square 15. Square 15. That's seems like there's a font error. The Book of Splendor, Book of Creation, the Book of Revelation. The City of the Sun, the Monarchy of Spain, Atheism Conquered. 70 books, The Skeptical Chemist, Book of Balance. Transformations and Symbols of the Libido. Phenomenology, Answer to Job. What the eclectic collection you got here? The Book of Law, the Book of M, Book of Exodus. Interpretations of dreams. Freud believed that dreams only served to fulfill hidden desires. The brain will subconsciously seek to accomplish hopes and wants. For example, a hungry person might dream of feasting at a grand table. If his feet are cold, then he might be walking barefoot in the snow. If his throat is sore, then someone may be choking him, etc. Book of Kings, 1001 Nights, Commentari de Bello Gallico. The Gaul Wars. See, that's not entirely true, though. But it can be true if you're close to consciousness. Like, I had an entire dream about an anime opening. Like a big-ass fight with, like, anime music. To the tune of Pokemon's opening song. Because it was playing on the TV. Read. By read, I mean save. Read. Astrology and life. The Wheel of Fortune is a particularly unique tarot card. A wheel comprised of 3 concentric circles hangs in the middle of the card. The innermost one represents creativity, the middle one symbolizes the forces of being, with the outermost one standing for the physical world. There are no symbols on the smallest ring as creative potential is infinite. Can I take this ladder? No. Bush? Bush? I want to get what's on top of this. I can't. I'm incapable of jumping. Maybe if I push it over there, I can use it like a ladder? It's worth a try, right? All right. Because I should be able to climb up the shelves, correct? That only makes sense. Apparently not enough. Whoa, Debate Archives number 7, compilation of proverbs, anthology of logic. Why was I suddenly able to interact with a book there? Couldn't do that on the back of any others. Yeah, that was weird. What items do I got? That was too tall to be reached even on tiptoes. If only someone could jump up there. Alright, I'm gonna need some help. Although I should be able to just climb up that shelf. But whatever, dude. Alright, we're in the hallway. We're on a pig hunt. Ow. We're on a pig hunt. Easily match. Don't touch me. Little pig. Little pig. Is there anyone down here? No? Hiding in the cupboard, maybe? Where did they all go? Do you think I actually skipped the hide and seek? By going into the library? I'm still breaking shit in here. What the? Big tail poked out. There we are. Ah! He stirred up clouds of dust as he ran out with a panicked yell. There's one. Those are made of wood. Yo, we'll deal with this when I get pieces. Right, we're on a pig hunt. Keep an eye out. We found one. Record player that stopped turning. What if there's a record player in each room where there's one hiding? Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? That'd be pretty funny if so. Can't believe I spawned a mouse. How unfortunate of me. Anyone over here? Negative. Alright, so maybe they're both upstairs again? Even though it said they went downstairs. You down here? Feel like the crawl space would be a great place to hide, but apparently not. Maybe the crawl space isn't real. Or maybe it is and the dream is the house. Maybe I'm asleep in the basement this whole time. Where does mouse come from? It wasn't locked yet, the door wouldn't open. Alright, let's keep hunting. I hear the noise. There's a pig in here. Where's he at? Are you in there? Ah! He actually scared Elizabeth when he jumped up. Chair pig. That's two. One more. He's gonna be in the left. Fuck you, Rhett. Cut Elizabeth off at the pass. Deal her matches. Not in here. Here? Nope. In here? Nope. Is he outside? No. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Big bad wolf. Big bad wolf. What do you have to say, Note? Nothing new. Where the heck is this guy? There should only be one left, right? Did I miss a door on the left? Don't hear the noise. Maybe over here? Nope. Where, pig? Maybe I can get the papers if I push it up to this one? That would explain why there's a ladder on this. Aha, a few torn scraps of paper. 11th of December, Lagan. I visited the hospital again, and so did he. He called himself the doctor's research partner, but he seemed very unwelcome. I've seen how he interacts with Marguerite, and it's the first time I've seen her smile so happily at someone else. Although I am loath to admit it, perhaps he is better suited to keep her company than I am. Please respond to her loving kind, I implored him. 12th of December, Schneien. Marguerite is willing to meet with me. It seems that she isolated herself after she was forbidden to meet with him. After all, she is one of the research sponsors. His target is the doctor and me. Anyone could see that. Strange noises are emitted from the laboratory at night. Are there rats in this establishment? 18 people watching's probably bought it, yeah. It's been a little suspicious. Not gonna lie. 13th of December, Schneien. The weather has deteriorated so much that the trains have stopped running. It is my first night here. One short night has been enough to change my mind about this place. How does Marguerite endure such a sinister place night after night? 14th of December, Schneien. He left after giving me the key to the cellar. I have no idea where he went after he left. The wind and snow show no signs of stopping. 15th of December, Schneien. Strange chattering sounds mixed in with the wind are coming from downstairs. I will sneak downstairs for a peek when the doctor returns to his room. Put it with the old diary. Huh? The sound of a song played by the record player came from afar. That's concerning. Alright, I'm guessing that doctor was my... A scene that had been seen before somewhere. I think this might be the hospital where I was born. Also, I am leaving tracks on all of the... never mind, not anymore. I think I've run out. It was locked. It was locked. Berliner Morgenpost, 5th of May. The Wuppertal Sanatorium was founded in 1930 and sits in a picturesque mountain valley, providing a place of respite in a rural countryside that lacked medical facilities. It has recently garnered plans to leverage the government's subsidies in order to expand. Hospital director Diane Wagner is a scientist. When her brethren were troubled by the country's unrest, she noticed where the nation's true weaknesses lay and decided to throw herself into medicine. Being cured isn't a matter to be ashamed of, the hospital director advertised that facing problems head-on was the most effective cure. The doors to the Garden of Hope would forever be open to patients in need. The doctor's research partner, he's unwelcome. Strange noises from the lab at night. He's willing to meet with me, but she was forbidden to meet with him. Target is the doctor and me. He gets stuck at the hospital. He's got the key to the cellar. Sneak downstairs for a peek when the doctor returns to his room. Mr. Zeeble, are you down here, maybe? Is paper and ink, would you like to make a record? I would love to. Thank you. Oh, sick. Solving. There we go. Memo. 25 kilotons. October. 25th of October. Sorry. 20th of October. He came to visit the mayor's poor daughter. I don't know when they met each other. This is really quite devious. He's here to expose me, or to take away my benefactor. I know he's not interested in her. It's plain to see who he's really looking at. So that's my dad? Another save? Dark maze? Sure. I'm definitely not walking around anything sinister right now. This is fine. There we go. Memo. 5th of November. I had to say the triplets were house imps after Marguerite accidentally saw them. Ah, the imps are... The triplets were also the pigs! Alright, moving on. Take another save. Oh my rat! Shit. Gotta get one life. Run for it! Dude, they're kicking my ass. Don't touch me. Memo. 30th of November. Snow, come down hard and cover the tracks. But I'm running out of materials. This is getting quite alarming. I died anyway. But I made it into the next room? But I've lost my ability to save because I walked in here thinking that I got thrown back. Memo. 13th of December. The mayor's eyes will be staying the night. Must lock the door. The mayor. Record player turned with a rolling sound. Well-worn and dusty journal sits on the table. Fountain pen sits between two of the pages. A bullet-pointed list starts at the top, but stains have covered a lot of words. The first couple of lines are crossed out for some reason. List. January, public hospital, blood supply is running low. Opportunity to lure back customers. For blood? February, Emma Wolf, 7 pints. Hilda, 10 pints. April, and kidney and liver, Conrad, and discard. September, Adler Schumacher, other than heart. October, Paul Muller, Hans Muller, Pauline Muller, cornea. Is that the triplets? November, Meyer. Meyer. December, Marguerite Sean von Schneider. That's my mom. Oh, hey. Flowers who bloomed at her side. Confess to her from me. Give her my wishes. Tell her she is lovely. And that night and day, my heart. And that night and day, my heart pines for love of her. Reveal to her soul the secret of my flame. Let it breathe out with you, sweetest fragrances. Speak for me. May she be acquainted with the passion she has roused, and of which my troubled heart has not breathed a word. Gown out Faust the flower song. Gowned? Gonad? Oh, hey, puss. Huh? How you doing, creep? What are you doing here? Elizabeth bent down, but the cat didn't run away as she'd expected it to. Ah, yes. This is for you, she said. She took out the bracelet from her pocket, wiped off the dust on the bell, and gently put it on the cat. It was a collar. Are you Zeeble? Is the demon the mayor or my dad? Or the mayor, maybe? It's gotta be the mayor. Key with a label. And my dad is dead. So it's gotta be the mayor, right? Data room. Alright, well. Now that we've had a dream in a dream. Someone's jamming. I'll be back in the second piano room, data room. Gotta go to the piano room. Yo, who's playing piano? This out. Whoa, look at that mouse go. Well, the world may never know. Never did find the third pig, did I? This is very pretty music, I must say. Wonder if it's actually in universe or if there's some other reason. It was just like background music. It's gotta be in universe, right? Data room. Let me in. Oh my. More books. Piece of yellowed mail in an envelope with quite neat and orderly handwriting on it. Mr. Valentine, how are you? My apologies for the fact that I'm the one responding on Marguerite's behalf after such a long period of time. There were simply too many things to be handled here, and the situation has only become stable recently. It's now the most charming season, springtime. The snow has melted, and the temperature has risen back up to a more tolerable range. Dr. Wagner disappeared into the blizzard. I trust that you've read about it in the papers. We still haven't given up hope on waiting, and hope that you'll also pray for her return. But please don't worry, the person that we mentioned to you in the previous letters is here. The situation is quite good as of now. So is Marguerite. So please, be at ease. Please don't try to find us. Marguerite doesn't wish to see you. The weather of early spring is still quite erratic, so please take care of yourself. D.B. Zeeble. My dad, Valentine? And Dr. Wagner just dipped a large black umbrella. Mine now. There was an empty space that would just fit a book. The cat tried to use its front paws to reach into the bottom space, but its paws didn't fit. Meow. Do I have a book? I do. Put the old diary back onto the shelf? Sure. Something like a safety deposit box opened. An exquisite key made in the shape of a sun fell out. Sun-shaped key. Wonder what that would mean. Paper scraps with crayon drawings on them were stacked upon the table. Birdcage. The blue bird of happiness. Ah! There was a kind brother and sister duo in an unfortunate family. After an unfortunate Christmas on a sad evening, the witch told them that there was a blue bird in a faraway kingdom that'd bring them happiness. Thus, they took with them their burdens and set foot on their journey, leaving the unfortunate family. To find the blue bird of happiness. I have it on good authority that she's in space. How to create a golem. Most believe that creating a golem starts by creating a human shape out of clay and writing the Hebrew word emeth, truth, on its forehead. The golem will wake and start to move and return to dust if the word on its head is changed to meth, death. Real? Am I supposed to be a golem? Or artificial life in general? The interpretation of dreams. Freud postulated that nightmares are the manifestation of one's desires, but that these desires materialize on multiple levels and sometimes even take form in an opposite direction. However, no one would agree that the only function of dreams is to fulfill desires. Does someone dreaming of being chased by a killer secretly wish to be murdered? Freud would say yes, because all dreams exist to fulfill desires. Negative. It is not what dreams are for. Then continue to heat and add fresh blood. A small person will be born inside the flask. They appear the same as human children, but need to be fed each month. Yep, I'm a homunculus. Homunculus is literally translated as little person from Latin, and indicates a life form that was created artificially. Different methods of creation are noted in direct records, such as mixing human blood and do it in a mercury flask, and refining it for a month. Maintaining it at a constant temperature of a horse's womb. The mass of matter would slowly form into blood vessels and nerves. How would one... long match? How would one know the internal temperature of a horse's womb? Why do you know that? There was a piece of paper spread out, a fragment torn from the mail. The handwriting was smudged from the humidity and it was difficult to make out. 15th of April, I cleaned the house. I wiped down everything quite cleanly. No matter whether it was the furniture, walls, railing, carpet, or that axe. It was a pity, but I also threw away my most beloved bracelet. Although I'd washed it multiple times, I still felt that it was unclean. I actually hadn't verified the significance of Marguerite's name appearing in that register of names. Perhaps it wasn't as I thought, but me at the time was unable to think properly. I knew that it wasn't my fault. It'd be fine if I just told everyone the truth. Someone would have naturally come by to pick this place up. But what about Marguerite? Does she know, yet still sponsor this business? Was she helping the doctor? Would she be taken away? I couldn't say a word when I thought of this. I told that person my thoughts. Please, think of something, I pleaded with him. Clean the house. Oh, okay, this is Siebel. Register of names. So Marguerite knows what the business that the doctor is doing, which I'm guessing is creating artificial life, which I'm probably one of. And Siebel made a deal with, I'm guessing, Mephisto? To figure out what to do? Alright, what items do I got? Sun key, umbrella, long match, which I'm guessing is the same as 2 matches, and the eye, and gem, and a spade. Fuck. Alright, well, our goal now is to figure out what the sun key opens. Oh, it's gotta be the back door for the sun, right? It's gotta be this. Let me out. Open it with the key. There we go. We're outside. It was raining despite the presence of a roof. Let's get out of the rain. Let's use the umbrella. I pulled it out inside, so I got bad luck, but that's fine. Sculpture made from plaster. Sculpture made from plaster. These ones have eyes. They're all looking in different directions. There was something in the pot. Matches! And another one. Can I go over this way? Totally can. Nothing over there, though. So that's pretty cool. That is a huge sign, holy. Construction notice. Nursing home operations are halted as of today, and this building is being re-registered as a residence. All employees are dismissed effective immediately. The caretaker's room on the 3rd floor will be preserved. However, the doctor's lounge will be demolished. All medicine will be destroyed within the week. The wards on the 1st floor will be renovated into a library. The children's room will be moved to the 2nd floor. The basement is to be sealed off. Construction workers are allowed access until the end of the month. Items to note. Fix the crack in the wall in the left corridor on the 1st floor. Wall left first. There's gotta be something I can break through. Clean the drainage hole in the bathroom. Rain. Bathroom. I don't think I've even found a bathroom yet. Pink. Carpet. 3rd. The 3rd floor? Wait, is that another building? X marks the spot by the roses. And the crying bunny? Looks like I'm going... rude? Huh. Hmm? Who in the world? Chapter 2. The Blue Bird. We never did find the third pig. The world may never know. Hello? Thank goodness, it looks like a man. Elizabeth thought as she gazed upon him. As if disturbed by the footsteps, the crumpled figure wrinkled his brow and slowly opened his eyes. He suddenly sprang up. He stared fixedly into the distance with bloodshot eyes, a dark flush slowly suffusing the wan pallor on his face. Damn it, what am I doing here? The figure abruptly looked at her as she was debating whether or not to speak up. Who are you? This isn't a place for children. Eyes rimmed with sleeplessness stared at her. You are incredibly skinny. Although his starched uniform was damp from the rain, he merely brushed at his trousers absent-mindedly and suddenly stood up. Damn it. Where is she? Oh, my head. I remember it was in this direction. His excited murmuring stood out in stark contrast to his pinched face as he patted Elizabeth's head. Sorry, I'm in a rush. Hurry back home, all right? He ran off without looking back. Is that Zeeble? Oh, we left something. A key had been dropped by the person just now. Forgotten key. Hole. Good. Doctor, I desire a question. Yeah, what is it? What's up, Freddy? Not so loud over here. Looks like a corpse on the ground there. You feel pain? Sometimes. A lot of the time. Birds. A total of 9 turns are needed. First to the right. 3 total turns to the left. Turns to the right decrease by 1 each time. Turns to the left are always preceded by multiple turns to the right until the final left turn. Okay. There's a lot on the table. Alright, I don't gotta worry about this yet. Oh, there he is. The road ends here. There's a pond with logs floating in it below. Bro. Fine. Alright, I'm going back inside. Inside! Actually, I'm going north. From the north to the northern north. We haven't been over here yet. Hello? There's an ink and paper I would like to record. An empty pot, perhaps it could still be used. Put the eyeball in it. You gotta hand it to him. Planted. It was a hand made of clay. It was clutching something, but the item couldn't be removed. There the hand out. Clay-made hand. It was bleeding. Blue flowers, blue flowers, blue flowers. I think there might be blue flowers. What do I put the hand in this pot? Slot in the bottom. Water collected in the bottom of the pot. Oh my. It's the alignment chart for flowers. Locked wooden case, numbers are carved into the top. Oh boy. 5. 1, -1, -1, 5. 3, -2. Please input the amounts represented by each of these coordinates. This is multiplication? 15, 1, -5, -6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, wait. Ah. Three, 2. Ah. Okay, 3, 5. 1, -1. 5. All these pictures because I need to figure out which one of these flowers is which. All right. We're looking at the amounts of each of these flowers. Let's... Ow, sorry. 1, 2, 3. Get that. Three of that. 3, 3, 1, 6. Incorrect. Imagine being a robot-human hybrid, but the only human part about you is you just have the skull with no flesh and everything else is just mechanical? Isn't that called being a Warhammer? Rosebud has yet to bloom. Three, 5. That's you. Maybe you got the last two backwards. 3, 3, 6, 1. Ah, I got the last two backwards. Alright, what did that say? What did I get? I literally didn't see it. A type of seed? Ah, plant the seed. Not here. Plant the seed? Yes. We got a vase. There was a small key that had been beneath the pot, hidden out of sight. Small key? This area reminds me of Silent Hill. Is it the rain? Base with a seed? The Watergate key. Oh hey, look, it is the blue bird of happiness. Penis. Holy loud, the blue feather fell on the floor. I'm gonna read this soggy-ass book. 5th of May. Dear Diary. I cleaned the room today. There are not that many furnishings. The lighting is very ideal, and the curtains are my favorite red. I understand now that people keep diaries in order to record or preserve their own lives. It is with this spirit that I continue to converse with this book, and not as if I was merely fulfilling a part of a treatment. Everything is so safe and reassuring now, particularly when he gazes into my eyes. So few people are willing to do so. If only this moment could last forever. Marguerite. Hi. With a whoosh, an eye-catching, suspiciously so patch of color jumped down from the green leaves. The black cat bristled its fur and leapt into the shrubs on the side. Hey, Mephisto. What are you doing? It asked as it floated back and forth. It didn't seem to mind that its sleeves were dusting the floor. There was a young man here. I'm looking for him. Have you seen him? Elizabeth asked. Who? The one with the headache? I don't know anything. Why are you looking for him? You should chase him out instead. He barged in after breaking down the door. He's making such a mess and raising such a fuss. It's better if you stay away from him. Is that so? Elizabeth asked. But I have some things I want to ask him. What? Oh, he's not going to pay attention to you. No one's going to talk to you here. Except me. You can ask me anything. I'll give you an honest answer. Probably not. No, really? You've just never asked me a question. I suppose not. Alright then, Why are there triplets? Why is there a greenhouse? Why is there no front door? What are you doing? Where are the triplets? The triplets? A clearly impatient expression surfaced on its face. Are they still here? They're so annoying. They're the worst. They think they know everything, particularly that small one always causing trouble. They sound awful when they sing. They can never duet with the piano. It flapped its sleeves with annoyance. So this means, are they... Of course, you told me all this. Elizabeth broke in. So this means, do you know where they are now? How would I know? Gee, thanks, Mephisto. The demon stopped here, leaving a loud silence in its wake, and suddenly laughed with the pride of accomplishing something great. I should have known better. Elizabeth started walking away as she reflected upon herself. Yeah? Are you leaving? It made no move to come down as it drawled out the last word. You could take a break. Even a nap would do, came the noise from behind her. She had no intention of stopping for even a second. Fuck you, Mephisto. I'm writing in my book.